How's it going, everybody? It's John Hester here at Hester's Motorsports. We're here to highlight the Teryx MT suspension system, which is a pinnacle suspension system using a multiple of parts and upgrades to the Teryx. So we use the Super ATV 6-inch lift kit, not the Super ATV long travel, the 6-inch lift kit. We do not use any of the brackets, and we custom built a whole new shock package to fit that specifically to maximize this, and it is pretty freaking epic. There's really nothing that can touch it right now. It is absolutely astonishing. The performance of our shocks is one thing that'll take a Teryx completely into an entirely new level. This just, you know, shoots it right past the moon onto Jupiter. You know, it's just ridiculous compared to anything the Teryx can have. So one of the reasons why we do this is because this has a 3-inch longer A-arm. Right now, this particular machine is running a 0 offset wheel, which is 0 offset means that the wheel mounts in the dead center. So it's a 3.5 by 3.5. Most common is a 3x4 or 4+3 as an idea on there, but this is a 0 offset. And because of that, we are sitting at 69 inches wide. A 4+3 will sit at 68 inches wide. And as you can tell, we have a KRX out here, brand new KRX, because we wanted to show the comparison, because we now change the ride quality and performance in the suspension category on the Teryx to the level of the KRX. Now, not absolute travel. I mean, if you're going to be hucking some massive sand dunes, that's still going to win. But what that is, it's like, oh my god, out of this world. So we're running stock 31-inch carnivores. We have 32-inch EFX Moto Ravage on there, so tire size is very close. 14, this is a brand new machine we just got in. 14.5 inches of ground clearance, 16 inches of ground clearance, 16 inches of wheel travel, crazy amount of down travel as well as up travel from what you see right now. So we got a forklift over here, and I'm gonna have Warren come over here. I have James sitting in there just to simulate a passenger in there, so we have some weight to give you a little bit more accurate setup. Ready for you? Yeah. Just go ahead and bring the forklift over, and we'll cycle the pump. So he's going to come over and he's going to raise this one wheel up, and we're going to show you the articulation of this system, and then we're going to push it back. We're going to do the same thing on the KRX, and James is going to get in the passenger seat of that, so that way everything is equal. You're good. And we're going to watch that rear tire too, so you can see how ridiculous this is. We've already surpassed the stock suspension. We've now surpassed the stock suspension with our shocks. Still going. We passed an HCR long travel. Still going. There you go. I'm going to tap it down just a tad. There you go. Rear tires touching. 3 tires. This is absolutely ridiculous. Look at this. One of the nice things with articulation like that is, as you can tell, it's like it's climbing a big old boulder, but the machine is not wanting to tip over. Getting a lot of articulation, you get more stability. Okay, let's go ahead and drop it down. Now, ride quality, we have a 2-stage valving stack in all 5 of our stages. These are stage 3s. I have videos explaining all the stages. Check out the Elka 5-stage breakdown to really understand all the stages. Wait, go ahead and back up. Go ahead and back this up. Now we're going to do the KRX. I have a video on this machine showing everything about it. So be sure to check out the Indominus Rex video. So that has a breakdown of everything that's been done to that one. So if you're curious what has all been done to that, you know, that one we have for sale. If it's still showing as sold at that time. Good. And tires off the ground, tap down. There we go. Tire on the ground. Okay. Now, as you can tell, we measured. You have a tape measure? We measured it on the Teryx-4. In the post on our Facebook page, we have videos, everything, especially comparing it to an HCR long travel and all of that. And this here was 28.5 inches to the top of the fork. So we're going to measure to the top of the fork here, and it is 26 dead on. So that one flexed 2.5 inches higher than the KRX. Now you're going to say, but the KRX has 19 inches in the front, 21 inches in the back, and that has 16. The math doesn't add up. Yes and no. There's difference of proportional geometry. Now the other thing is, this has sway bars connected, both front and rear. Disconnect the sway bars, that will go up, but your body roll will be all over. So as a rock crawler, you could disconnect those sway bars and get way more articulation than that. So this is off the floor, and then that's being built like that. Okay, go ahead and drop her down there. So that just a side by side showing that, I mean, when I say this is like a KRX, we ain't kidding. You know, it's absolute travel. Now, those travel numbers come into play on a big jump. So you hit a big old jump, yeah, this is going to be superior. With this sucker hucking a big old sand dune flying through the air 10-15 feet in the air compared to that one. But that's on a whole other level, like you wouldn't believe. You know what it can do, what it can take is pretty epic. So we offer several different things. So whenever you contact us and you want the MT kit, that's what we call this, an MT kit, we have several options. A-arms, black or green. Shock packages, stages 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Higher stages, more tuning, more parts, higher cost. Then we partnered with Riley Nelson. He makes some really awesome high-end chromoly heavy duty tie rods, and we partnered with him on this mid-travel setup. So we got a perfect setup for the mid-travel. And so we have standard or the heavy duty tie rods that you see on this one here. And then we offer one last thing, and this is what we highly recommend: frame stiffener or no frame stiffener. Now we recommend the frame stiffener because you are increasing the width of this, and like a cheater bar, that's a lot more torque and a lot more leverage to all your chassis and everything. This frame stiffener is added strength in that type of situation. Will it prevent, I mean, if you hit a tree at 45, 50 miles an hour, will it prevent you from ripping your A-arm off? Probably not. Not much will at that type of momentum and mass behind it. But rock crawling, you know, average trails and stuff, bouncing off rocks and hitting trees, yeah, I mean, it's going to make a world of difference of you damaging or tearing out the stock frame tabs. So it makes a big difference on that there. So A-arm color, well, we need to know year. This particular kit we have from 2012 to 2022 Teryx 4-seaters and 2014 to 2022 2-seaters, non-S Terexes. So it's got to be a non-S in order to run this type of setup. We have not yet, the Teryx S's haven't been out long enough for us to really start getting in and finding even more stuff to do. Now Super ATV did come out with a long travel kit that will fit the S. I haven't got to really prototype one of those with our suspension package. We do make shocks for the S, which take that sucker to a whole other level. And then if we coupled it with the Super ATV arms and the shocks, we're going to be on a different level. But I don't think it's going to be as much as this kit will do. Another question I have been asked: can we fit this on an S? Yes, with some fabrication. We would definitely order in I would do the tie rods, because the steering box on the S is different, has a bigger size. So I would have Riley make with a bigger size bolt to fit the S. So I'd do the tie rods, we'd do these. All this will fit, but on the rear, the S and the non-S have two totally different locations for the shock mount. Right here is where the non-S is. The S is back here, because you know they changed how the shock fits on the A-arm on the S model. So that's why we'd have to do it a different way. But anything's possible. If you got a good fabricator, good welder that could relocate that for you, then yes, we could do all this on an S model and go from there. But just a bit more to it, a little bit more work, a bit more cost, but that'll help you out. We really like this setup because it's much more proportional. See, like a HCR long travel, you're sitting at 72 inches or wider, and this is great. You get, you know, you're able to fit in a lot of trails. It's just pretty epic, pretty awesome setup and everything, and really awesome. I mean, we set everybody up, give really good discounts on all the Super ATV parts and everything, and then we'd custom build the shocks in any stage that you wish, depending on your preference. Like I said, you can check out the on our Everything Elka playlist on our channel here, and go to the video. It's the Elka 5-stage breakdown, so that way you can really understand what the stages offer, because we like to build whatever you want, not a one shock fits all, not a take it or leave it. And we really custom tailor in and let you pick the budget, pick the features, everything. But on this MT kit, I mean, we got massive reservoirs. As you can tell, it's about as big as the shock body itself. So yeah, 3, 4, and 5 have the reservoirs. I mean, a stage 1 makes a stage 1 stock length arm setup, or stock, you know, just basically put set of our stage 1s, and we have videos on that on the channel here. Just check out the Kawasaki Teryx 2.4 playlist. You'll see we did another one. It's flexing out. That sucker will rival an HCR long travel in articulation. It's really awesome, really awesome. Because like I said, I had an HCR, it was 21 inches off the ground. This one's 28 and a half. As you saw, that one, what was that one, 26 dead on? That was 26 dead on a KRX. And then you just put the shocks on a, well, I know the S, we're going to be building some S's, and we're going to be showing off more stuff on there, but have a bit more. So give us a call Tuesday through Saturday, 575-445-3558. We have every suspension scenario possible for the Teryx platform. We do build our Hester Edition shocks for a wide range of machines, and we keep growing, basically keep growing the brand. We keep getting machines in here, prototyping, testing, and then pushing their limits beyond. So we're looking to do more and more setups and stuff like that. So give us a call and we can completely change everything. The performance of your vehicle is just, suspension is by far #1 upgrade you should do, especially on the Teryx. You know, I don't not putting Kawasaki down because they're given the shocks that they're given from Fox, but I can pretty much tell you that they're using the cheapest components and possible on that Fox shock, and the machine has so much more potential. We've proven it time and time again. Upgrading the shock, everything changes: handling, ride quality, travel, everything. So give us a call, give us a like on Facebook. We do a lot of behind the scenes stuff, so we actually have pictures and video of this machine being built. So we'd like to do a lot of behind the scenes stuff and show people and get all that done. Like I said, give us a like on Facebook, subscribe to our channel here, trying to grow the channel. We got a lot of plans to do, but not enough time to do it. So we're hoping to build more on that. So really wanted to highlight and show the suspension system of the MT kit and what it consists of, and how we can get it into your hands at a really good price. It's, you know, basic packages start out over $1,500 cheaper than an HCR kit with no axles, only the axle cups, and then you have to disassemble your axles and put the axles together. It doesn't come with bushings. We get you all set up. We make sure you have everything that you need. We can run portals on this or no portals. With this particular kit, because of the offset and the way that everything works, we can fit up to a 32 with no portals. We add portals, we can get bigger, stuff like that. So 30s is a good size for the Teryx, but you know, 32s is pretty badass. You know, we have it from the ground up clutching on this as well. But like I said, I have a video that shows all of that about this particular build, but we just wanted to go through it and really highlight what the suspension kit is, what it does, and it's just a massive improvement in every way, shape, and form. And depending on the stage, not a tremendous amount of money, if you ask me. I mean, you drop like $3,500-$3,600, you know, some stage ones, all standard parts, no heavy duty parts. But you know, granted, when you're watching this video, if it's a year or two old, prices might have changed by then. But just giving some ideas. Call us or message us on Facebook at Hester's Motorsports on Facebook, and we can go through, give you prices, every scenario. You know, you pick the options that you want. It's all custom built for you. Now that you actually get to see side by side with the KRX just how impressive that thing is. What can we build for you today?